Day one with every dog that comes in for training. First thing we do, Matt is out taking Brodie here for a walk on the long line around the property. He's just got him on a 50-foot line, no pressure, no tension on the line. It's just loose. They're just out for a walk. So this is super important, guys, because walking dissipates stress. Walking is the best way to start building a relationship with the dog, start building trust, to ease the tension. New environment, new people, there's going to be some stress. Just going out for a walk really helps to alleviate this. We're a big proponent of just going out and walking your dog and building on that. That is a great foundation right there and great for these brand new dogs that just come in. We have a 3.5 acre property, so there's plenty of space. We just go and wander around with the dogs, and they typically get a walk like this every single night. Last thing they do before it gets dark is Matt or I will just take them and walk them around the property and just let them smell and hang out with us and chill. So here we have a pedestal on the tree. Matt's going to pat it, make a little bit of noise, just show him that. Brodie is in for training for anxiety and some behavior issues. He's extremely, extremely fearful and nervous, and has a lot of very destructive anxiety issues. So things like that, just walking him up to that wooden pedestal and tapping on it, let him hear that, let him feel the vibration there. That's something he just needs to get used to, get desensitized to, realize nothing about the tree or the wooden pedestal is going to come out and attack him and kill him. 'Cause I think right now he's pretty sure everything is just out to get him. So they're just going to continue this walk here, still just dragging that 50-foot long line, wander around. He's getting to sniff and hear the cars go by and see all the new sights. Anything out in the environment, we're just going to incorporate. No pressure on him. He can move away if he wants to. So Matt just starts raking some leaves around the property. That's something Brodie's just giving some side eye to there. So, the sound, the crunch of the leaves, moving that big rake towards him and around him. For a dog with fear issues and anxiety issues and lack of exposure in early life, just that organic desensitization and exposure, working on neutral behavior is great. Here we're picking up some sticks, I guess, and that's good. Leaning down next to him, picking things up off the ground, those little things. He just has to get used to everything in daily life, a normal environment, and adapt to it. Realize it's not everything in the world is not out to get him. Brodie was a rescue. He was found at 6 months old, so we don't know what his background is, but I'm sure he did not get the exposure and socialization he needed in his formative early critical developmental period that puppies go through from birth to around 16 weeks old. So, now here we're dealing with this anxiety and this fear and working through it. So he's doing great. You can tell him and Matt are bonding. He's choosing to walk closer. He's choosing to pay attention to where he is and just follow him. This is a big improvement from when he was dropped off and I couldn't even get near him. He was trying to bolt away from me while on the long line. So he's already making progress here just by taking this approach of no stress and no pressure and, giving him a chance to decompress and just settle in. This is super important. Whether they have behavior issues, anxiety issues or not, this is what we always do on day one, first thing when they get dropped off for a board and train. Just going for a walk is super important. People really discount that. And as we go on, this is really just the start. This is creating some engagement, giving Brodie a chance to start to learn to pay attention to where Matt is. Because as he starts to kind of drift over here, Matt's going to pick up that long line and not yank him, not add any real pressure, but just show him there is an end to that long line. And hey, let's go. Let's move this way. Walk with me. So a little bit of just guiding there and getting him back on the walk. So this all leads into then your leash walking, and he's going to start reeling in that long line here and start asking for Brodie. Now there's a boundary. Now you do need to come and stay closer to me. We're taking up that slack. And you can see he's even nervous and scared of the leash itself kind of touching him and getting wrapped around him. So figuring that stuff out is great too. It's critical thinking. It's him learning how to untangle himself, learning how to handle that pressure of just the leash touching him and being wrapped around his hind end. Productive stress. We can't always be there to save them. They need to figure it out. They need to get over things and build some, resilience in their temperament. So productive stress is great for learning. So now here, since he's relaxing some, he's choosing to stay closer to Matt. Now he's picked up some of the slack on that leash. Now we're more on a loose leash walk and we're doing some directional changes and asking Brodie to pay attention to where Matt is. And this is the start of your leash training. This is the start of Brodie understanding what leash pressure is, how to give to leash pressure. Here, some spatial pressure. See, that really bothered him right there. His anxiety kicked in, just feeling Matt's leg against him. But he needs to learn spatial pressure too. So we're just going to turn, do some directional changes, moving into him. And he's going to figure it out and get over it. Get more comfortable and continue learning to pay attention to where his handler is and move away from their spatial pressure, give to that leash pressure, all these things that our dogs need to do. So here we've already turned this into session 1, a really nice loose leash walk. And just teaching no pressure. He's just on, nothing special, just a slip collar. There's no pinch collar. There's no e-collar. There's nothing harsh on him. Everything now is very, very low pressure. It's just, hey, move with me. Stay out of my space. Stay with me in some engagement and realize the world is not out to get you. So this is going really nice with Mr. Brodie already. But this is typically how day 1, session 1 looks like with all the dogs we get in for training. We just take them for a nice long walk, dissipate some of that stress, let them bond with us and get used to us. And then it really organically just flows into working on some oppositional reflex with the leash there, teaching them to give to pressure so they're not dragging us around, and pay attention to where we are, give to spatial pressure. So normally by the end of the first day, they've gone from dragging their owners around on a leash and having no manners and no engagement to, at the end of the first day with us, they're already walking nicely on leash, because neither of us is sure going to be drug around all day, every day by the dogs. They have to learn first thing. You have to walk on a leash. You cannot drag me up and down. So Mr. Brodie is already, it's relaxing. There's still some stress. His tail is still a little tucked. It's hot out, so the panting could be some from the heat, a little bit of stress, but his tail's not tucked tightly in between his legs like it was when he first came. He's not spooking at everything. He's looking around. He's paying attention. He's engaging with Matt. So this is all really good for day 1, session 1. We've already started making progress. And we're just going to keep on going and continue with Mr. Brodie here and keep working on this anxiety and his behavior issues and really get him in a much better state of mind as we go.